Welcome to U.S. Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: as U.S. election looms, investors fear for fiscal peace. Why is country music still resistant to diversity? Wednesday's insider report: Chairman invests $1 million in this energy stock. Biden presses student debt relief as payments resume after pandemic pause. Biden cancels another $9 billion in student loan debt days after payments restart. As U.S. election looms, investors fear for fiscal peace. The Globe and Mail. The uncertainty surrounding the 2024 U.S. presidential election is beginning to impact the financial markets. The U.S. bond markets are currently pricing the most expensive Treasury borrowing in 16 years, while rethinking long-term interest rates and fiscal policy. The dysfunction in public financing and potential for debt servicing disruption may threaten the last remaining AAA credit rating of the main three agencies. Why is country music still resistant to diversity? The Guardian. Maren Morris, the Grammy-winning country singer, has announced that she is leaving the genre due to the industry's bigotry. Morris, who has been vocal about issues of racial equality, LGBTQ+ rights, and abortion, stated that the country music industry celebrates individuals who are misogynistic, racist, homophobic, and transphobic. This raises questions about whether women, LGBTQ+ singers, and artists of color can succeed in country music if they go against prevailing political norms. The genre has a long history of gender issues and has been resistant to diversity and progressive voices. Female country artists received just 11% of all airplay in 2022, while women of color and LGBTQ+ artists received less than 1% of airplay. Country radio is also known for punishing artists who speak out against the genre's conservative roots and institutional structures. Artists like the Chicks, Casey Musgraves, and Mickey Guyton have been shunned for supporting LGBTQ+ relationships and discussing experiences of racism. The rise of conservative pop culture and the genre's association with the Republican Tea Party and Trumpism have further fueled the industry's resistance to diversity. Progressive voices in country music face significant challenges but can find support within their communities and by creating their own spaces. However, white artists, in particular, have a responsibility to use their power and privilege to advocate for change within the industry. Wednesday's insider report: Chairman invests $1 million in this energy stock. The Globe and Mail. Insider trading activity has been reported in several Canadian companies. Michael Emery, founder and executive chair of the Board of Trustees of Allied Properties Real Estate Investment Trust, invested over $605,000 in units of the REIT. Don Gray, chairman and co-founder of Peyto Exploration and Development Corp., invested $1 million in shares of the company. On the other hand, Lee Harns, president of Cathedral Energy Services Ltd's Altitude business, sold 1 million shares, and Don Gray, chairman of Gear Energy Ltd., sold 600,000 shares. Biden presses student debt relief as payments resume after pandemic pause. The Toronto Star. President Joe Biden will announce a new wave of federal student loan forgiveness, erasing $9 billion in debt for 125,000 borrowers. This latest announcement brings the total amount of student debt wiped out under Biden's administration to $127 billion for 3.6 million borrowers. Biden has faced pressure to fulfill his promise of alleviating the burden of student debt, despite his original plan being overturned by the Supreme Court. The president has relied on various relief programs to address student debt, such as public service loan forgiveness and the SAVE plan. Republicans have opposed Biden's plans on student debt, but the announcement comes at a time of infighting within the party on Capitol Hill. Biden cancels another $9 billion in student loan debt days after payments restart. CNN. The Biden administration has announced debt relief for an additional 125,000 student loan borrowers, totaling $9 billion in forgiveness. The cancellations come through three different existing debt relief programs, including the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, which wipes away remaining student loan debt after qualifying public sector workers make 10 years' worth of monthly payments. The total approved debt cancellation now stands at $127 billion for nearly 3.6 million borrowers so far during President Biden's time in office. History-making removal of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy leaves questions on Republicans. Telegraph. Kevin McCarthy, the Speaker of the House, has been ousted from his position after just 269 days in office, making it the shortest tenure of any speaker since 1876. McCarthy was toppled by 8 hard-right Republicans who joined forces with Democrats to remove him from power. McCarthy's downfall came after he struck a deal with Democrats to avoid a government shutdown, angering the hard-right members of his party. McCarthy's ousting has left a power vacuum in the Republican Party, with no clear path to installing a new speaker. The BJP is legitimizing hate speech, Indian Muslim MP. Al Jazeera. Indian Muslim MP Kunwar Danish Ali, a member of the Bahujan Samaj Party, BSP, was subjected to Islamophobic abuse and derogatory remarks by a legislator from the governing Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP. BJP MP Ramesh Bidhuri called Ali a pimp, a terrorist, and used derogatory language inside the Indian parliament. Ali has expressed his disappointment at the lack of action taken by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the ruling party to condemn Bidhuri's behavior. Ali believes that he was targeted because he is a vocal Muslim parliamentarian who participates in debates and questions the government. He also believes that the BJP wants to suppress Muslim voices and prevent Muslims from being elected to office. Ali expressed his hope that the people of India will work towards a harmonious society and teach a lesson to those who promote hate speech. Russia says it has foiled a major Ukrainian drone attack as concerns grow about weapons supplies. The Toronto Star. The Russian Defense Ministry has claimed that Russian air defenses shot down 31 Ukrainian drones in a nighttime attack on border regions. This is believed to be the largest single cross-border drone assault reported by Moscow since the Russian invasion of Ukraine 20 months ago. The Defense Ministry did not provide any evidence for its claims, and Ukrainian officials have not yet commented on the situation. The Russian Defense Ministry also claimed that Russian aircraft thwarted a Ukrainian attempt to deploy a group of soldiers by sea to the western side of Russian-annexed Crimea. These claims, however, could not be independently verified. The Crimean Peninsula has been a frequent target of Ukrainian attacks and has been a crucial hub supporting the invasion. Ukraine is currently carrying out a slow-moving counteroffensive, but there are concerns about the future supply of weapons and ammunition from its Western allies. NATO's military committee has warned about depleted stockpiles, and the Pentagon has warned Congress that it is running low on money to replace weapons sent to Ukraine. There are also concerns about the commitment of Kiev's allies, particularly in the United States. President Joe Biden recently held a phone call with key allies in Europe to coordinate support for Ukraine. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.